Well, we're finally getting down to the end of the grow bed build. The liner finally came in, so we're able to complete the rest here hopefully today. We went ahead and laid down some plywood decking and went ahead and covered that with some insulation. The next thing we're going to do is go ahead and rip the insulation for the sides and put the insulation in on the sides. The whole reason we went with the insulation is, well, two reasons really. Primarily, we want to protect the liner from the wood. The wood's pretty abrasive, and we don't want to cause any punctures or tears or anything on the liner. And the insulation just gives us the added benefit of, well, it's insulation, hopefully helping with the temperature stability of the grow bed on these hot Texas days that we have down here in the summer. So with any luck, we're going to get this grow bed finished today. Alright, so we've got all the insulation in, and before we can go ahead and put the liner in, we need to be able to put a drain in the grow bed here, and we also put in an inlet on the other end. So in order to do that, I cut a little piece of plywood. This is 1/2 inch plywood that the drain is going to go in. Now this is just a regular shower drain, 2-inch shower drain. It's a larger hole in here. This is going to fit down in this little cutout we cut in the insulation. Now it's a 1/4 inch lower than the insulation, but that's okay because the liner is pretty flexible, and it'll just make a little bit of a low spot here, which is actually kind of nice. So if we're ever cleaning out this grow bed and we need to squeegee the solids out, the drain will be a little bit lower, so we'll be able to get all of the water out. But anyway, the liner's going to sit on top of this. The gasket needs to go on the flange side if you don't want it to leak. If you want it to leak, put it on the other side. But that gasket will go on top of the liner, and then there's a little Teflon ring here that just helps this piece slide when you're tightening it up, and this will be tightened up from the bottom, and it'll all sit in here like that, and we'll have a nice nice hole, nice seal for the liner. And the whole reason we had to use this piece of wood is because this isn't thick enough to punch through 2 full thicknesses of plywood, and I do not want to make a seal on the insulation, because the insulation will compress and it's just going to leak. So we want something nice and solid to back it up. So that'll get our drain done on this side, and let's go take a look at the other side and see what we did for the inlet. So for the inlet, we're going to use just a 1-inch bulkhead fitting, and we went ahead and we cut this this little ring out of 1/2 inch plywood that the bulkhead fitting will fit through. Now, unlike the drain, the bulkhead threads are long enough that we can go through 2 full pieces of plywood. So what we did is we cut a clearance hole in the insulation and then a through hole in the plywood wall, and we'll slip this in and then tighten up the gasket on the back. And once again, you want to make sure you put the gasket on the flange side, otherwise you're going to deal with leaks. So I've decided to use Durascrim to go ahead and line the grow bed. Now Durascrim is made up of 2 sheets of white high density polyethylene that's food safe, and there's a kind of a mesh scrim material fused in between the 2 layers, which makes this stuff really, really strong. This is the first time I've used this stuff, so hopefully everything's going to go smoothly, and we'll see what happens if we can get this grow bed lined. So we finally got the liner installed. It was a little bit of work folding it into these edges. This liner's pretty stiff. It's not the easiest stuff in the world to work with. EPDM rubber is definitely a lot easier than this stuff, but it costs a lot more. So anyway, got it installed. We're probably going to work on the drain plumbing and then the inlet plumbing, and then we'll probably put a 1x6 top cap all the way around the top edges to protect the liner. And hopefully we'll get that done tomorrow, and we'll be done with this grow bed project. It's going to be a happy day.